Greetings. This is the Ghetto Free Press, and many of you all have seen that I have been in the forefront of trying to get the Governor, Nathan Deal, Georgia Attorney General Sam Owens, Secretary of State Brian P. Kemp to look into what is happening to the black mayors in the state of Georgia, in Quitman, Georgia, but more so in Meigs, Georgia with Linda Harris, the black mayor. Dawson, Georgia, black mayor, 24-year-old, shot 6 times, Chris Wright. Davisboro, Georgia, Mayor Johnny. Warrenton, Georgia, Ivy. In Gordon, Georgia, Mary Ann Whippaloo. And what is going on? This is a poster. All the news articles are pointing towards this mayor. They're trying to remove her from office without the voters' input. I went to court on that. I just wanted you to know. But now, I'm in Waycross today, May the 13th, 2014. I'm standing in an old wooded area. Nobody would even think that this was a black cemetery. What was the name of it, my beautiful brother?
Red Hill Cemetery.
Red Hill Cemetery in Waycross. I understand that an outstanding SCLC minister and Pastor Malone are aware of it. The mayor is aware of it. Larry Lockett, the district coordinator of the NAACP and president. We were expecting him to be here today, but Justice League United Bobby Worthy is here. And so we want to do clip 1. We want you to know the truth, because as Jesus said, and ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall set and make you free. Now, I am told, tell us a little bit, my brother, that because you all have been following up on not only this cemetery, but others, am I right?
Yeah, there's other, there's like 2 or 3 others, maybe 4 in Waycross, and we're gonna try to visit them today. As you can see, Red Hill Cemetery, they have just demolished this cemetery. They tried to hide it at one time. We believe that we have pictures that they have covered up bones and all this here. And this is, like I said, these are a few of the cemeteries, and we'll walk on down here. This is one right here we're walking on. There's like two graves right here. And believe that there's a lot of graves out here just completely filling this up. I have a list of everybody that's buried out here. And there's graves all out here. The ones that they forgot to get to, that they took the slabs up and the vaults and stuff, that they just took the slabs off and just covered the graves up. This is a famous, supposed to have been a famous man out here named, as you walk, you can see where all the holes and stuff at, where they were slabs at one time, where the ground is sinking in. Those are graves. And as you walk here along, you'll see a couple more graves down this way. This is a grave here. As you can see, there's graves over there. There's a grave there. This is like a little child's grave at one point. Right here. They done put all this stuff. You see, it's graves all right here. See, it's a line of them right here. Graves, look at them. These was above ground vaults then. And this is probably was a grave where the sinkholes at. And here's some down here. This is a marked grave right here. I remember this one. It has a marker on it. These are 3 graves right here. So you can see the sinkhole. There was one here, and there was one here, and this is still marked, and it's got died 19. I can't read it, but that's what it's got on there.
1930. Like 1930. 1930.
This may be a marker for a grave, but I don't know for sure. But it was graves all out here. we'll go back in here where the grave's at. We'll go back up in here, George.
Okay, thank you very much. That's what we are.
That's Larry Locke, the district coordinator for the NAACP, as well as the president of the Waycross County.
George, he was in the Navy.
So, Larry Locke, when did you find out about this?
I found out about this about 7 years ago, and I started doing some research. I got a copy of the graves that folks be buried out here, right, which is Red Oak Cemetery, dating way back to the late 1800s.
Yes, sir.
And matter of fact, according to the copy that I had, we had folks buried out here during World War II, which was numerous military soldiers. Some, as we speak, graves or stones are still up.
So maybe we'll run across some of those today as we search. Okay.
Yeah, they are still up. Now, one of our oldest founder of the Antioch Baptist Church, which is over 148 years old, right, was founded by Dr. Frank Hazard. Frank Hazard, which they named Hazard Hill Cemetery after. And they named elementary school over on the hillside of Ware County. You know, they named it. He alleged is buried out here. Where, that's unknown. There's other folks that buried.
Okay, is there other cemeteries here that have been treated the same way, my brother, that you know of?
Other cemetery that we have, if we have one in out in the Jamestown area, we have numerous black that buried into some of the white cemeteries.
Okay, my question is any other cemetery wherein they have been desecrated, possibly,
Yes,
as this one?
Over in Newtown.
Okay.
Newtown Cemetery over there. There's one and it's another one the guy told me about.
So we know about 3 of them, possibly.
And there's actually another one in Fairfax, Georgia, which is between Ware County and Manor, between the county line. Fairfax, Georgia. It's sitting up right off of a hill off of Fairfax Road.
Okay, I want you all to walk on down there. We're going to tour it as you all go down. I'm going to turn this off a minute, but y'all walk on down and we're going to see if we can find any as we journey down this road here. And now we just going to, you all can just walk down and let's start looking and see if we can find any of those graves that you all have alleged and other people. As you can see, they found one already. This is one of several graves. This is like a family plot, as Mr. Worthy just said. And as you can see, the top is busted off of that. George bossed the rhymes, that's me. I'm not here to point fingers at anyone. I believe that the black African-American community should have maintained this and not allowed it to get in this condition. I do not blame white people for this. I blame my own people for allowing this. The Prince Hall Masonic Masons used to keep up the graves in Brooks County, and they fail. And so I'm not here to cast blame, but the dead should not be desecrated in any level. And that's my point concerning this. This is another grave. There's another grave in front of that one. And here's another one here. So this is something that nobody should want to forget.
4 graves, right?
4 right there.
Let me see if I can.
And this shows that it indeed is a cemetery. And there are other locations. I was called, just like I've been called to these cities, with the mayors, I was called to this. And you know, it's sad because there was a time when people in the community could call the newspapers and television
and 60 Minutes and 48 Hours and all these. And these freedom lovers would report it, but it seems as if those days are long gone. And this is why we have to report what others ignore. Once again, we can see that here in Waycross, Georgia, this is indeed a cemetery. And we can only imagine how many graves are out here, how many was out here. And once again, Baba, where they're going to point out something back there in those bushes. What's that, brother?
Well, we got 2 graves. Look like 1, 2, 3, 4 graves back here in these bushes. One of them you can look down in. We have a baby grave there. And then you can look at the side of this grave down in it, right there next to you, right there. And it looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 graves in this little area right here.
Okay. Okay, so this is, I remember it was somewhere with the Indians that someone had desecrated the Indian graveyard, and they gave a lot of attention to it. And so we need to continue the struggle. Just like fighting for the black mayors, we need to support each other. Once again, the Getto Free Press doing, let's go to some other location. More graves. More graves. More graves. We don't know, this could have been some type of veteran here because of the way the headstone look. We're not sure, but it is what it is. And I'm hoping that maybe Pastor Malone and others, the NAACP and the SCLC, may be able to come out and maybe we can give these people a little bit more respect. We don't know who they were, but they say we do have a record of it. So we're going to try to get that record, and we're going to try to restore, once again, more graves out here. Larry Locke had been talking a lot. I've heard another individual, Larry O'Hara, talking, but this is the first opportunity that I have had to come out here and to record. And I was taught by my grandmother, you will never see me step on a grave. I do it out of respect. I never do that. Well, I was taught that. And when I go to funerals, I see people walking. I just can't do it. Here's some more over here.
We go to dates on these, though.
And once again, what I'm doing is nothing more than reporting what is. I do not take pride in making anybody look belittle anybody. Now that there is, you can tell that there was a private. We may clean that up and get a closer shot at it. But look at it all up there. Yes, this is the cemetery, Red Hill, and of course, Lee Walker, Georgia, private. 516 engineers, World War I, April 10th, 1896. Died March 17th, 1950. And of course, this is why we, the American people, should always honor and respect the veterans that serve this great nation. Once again, this is the Getto Free Press. As you all know, they call me a lot of ugly names. But in the end, I want somebody to say that George Rhymes reported what others ignored. Let my archival record speak for itself. I never talk about the things or call people what they call me. Because in my world of reality, it's all about the truth. And Jesus said, and ye shall know the truth, and that the truth shall set and make you free. Once again, the Getto Free Press, doing what I do because it must be done. There's no two ways about it. Just because we are from the black experience don't mean that we can't show forth some love toward our deceased loved ones. This is another area, but two graves are here. And I'm told that somebody has pictures of bones where they had dug up bodies, or at least the bones, and removed the slabs. I do not have proof of that. But if that proof come forward, of course, I will show it on this YouTube channel on behalf of the people. And I say again that we must pick up our cell phones, our iPhones and Androids, and cameras and report what others ignore. Once again, here's some more. And it does look like somebody busted up. Once again, this is another area, and there are slabs. It looks as if though someone busted these up. And there's quite a few in this area right here. And so we can only wonder and speculate if somebody was trying to get rid of this, or maybe they could revalue the land, possibly. But I have always been taught that grave sites was not to be desecrated. Once again, well, it is what it is, and as I said before, we have no way of knowing what really happened. But that is a grave right there too. That is a concrete slab right there. That's a grave. So there's no telling how many people are out here. So once again, this is another slew of graves right here. Once again, this is in Waycross, Georgia. And it looks as if though this is a, I don't know, it looks like a veteran. If not, it looks as if though somebody picked that up and removed it and placed it here. And it seems as, go ahead, Bobby.
Seems like this way that they plowed all them up and just pushed slabs off the graves and covered them up and pushed them all down here.
Well, tell us what this plant is. Let's try to get a look at this plant over here. And see if we can identify what that is. There's some more right here.
All the slabs
right here. More slabs.
This is where they pushed them all up at. Exactly. When they covered all them graves up.
Yeah. There's some more concrete slabs up there. And so, I'm not sure whether it's the city or county.
It's county.
Okay, this is the county. And what name of this county?
Ware County.
Ware County. Okay. All right. Let's just see if we can get a picture of that plant or whatever that is over there. A lot of people talk about Mr. Bobby Worthy and that I should not associate with him. Well, if you don't associate with me, and if you don't highlight these things and take on the issues that he take on, then who should I associate with? You doing nothing, or this brother who are out here on the battlefield really dreaming out from the dream like a king, a new reality. And so nobody tell me anymore who my friend's gonna be based upon their own narrow-mindedness. So you said it's a Georgia Power plant here?
Yes, that's the Georgia Power plant.
Okay. Well, they didn't have anything to do with this, but yet it's located here, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. All right.
And it's a pond back there that got bought private property. It's alleged that he covered up some of these graves as well, because this whole thing was full of graves. And someone told me this was full of too.
Okay, I got you. Oh, I see. Okay. Okay, so that's Whitman.
It'd be quicker to go out that way, Larry. And
But like I said, if you go by the library, I'll get you what you need.
Once again, Bobby Worthy seems that he found some more. I'm gonna walk over and get those. All we want to do is to highlight for the world to see. Now you're right, these we definitely did not see. So this is well worth coming back into here. It seems as if there's graves all over this place. All over this place. This is just a pile of whatever. We don't know what's beneath it. But We're just reporting it, that's all. Because you have here's another area that looks pretty clear. We can only wonder that just may have been graves out here. And maybe they've been removed, maybe while it's open. But we only speculating there, but we have seen the real situation. If there's a grave here, there's a great possibility that all this open area out here could have been graves too. Because it's quite natural people bury people where the openness is. But then again, as I said earlier, that's just speculation.